Good afternoon and welcome to NTV at One. My name is Edmond Nyabola. These are some of the stories making headlines at this hour. And 3 Kenyans are feared to be among those killed in Friday attacks on a Kismayo hotel that left 12 people dead. Messages of condolences continue to flood social media sites. Somali citizens and people from across the globe have remembered journalist Hodan Nalaye, who died alongside her husband Farid Jama Suleiman when gunmen attacked the Asase hotel in the port of Kismayo. According to Kismayo police, Captain Mahad Abdia, several gunmen stormed the heavily fortified hotel after detonating a car bomb at the entrance gate. The Somali Journalists Syndicate said that Nalaye and another reporter also killed in Kismayo, Mohammed Omar Sahal, were the first journalists to be killed in the country this year. Security official Abdi Duhu told reporters that a former local administration minister and a lawmaker are also among the dead. Militant group Al-Shabaab, which is suspected to have executed the attack, was driven out of Kismayo in 2012, and the port has been relatively peaceful in recent years. Unlike many other places in south and central Somalia, the militants have been carrying out more frequent attacks in the capital Mogadishu, despite the heavy presence of African Union peacekeepers and US-trained Somali troops. Away from that, and the United Kingdom will support efforts to bring peace into the Great Lakes, Horn of Africa and the larger Eastern Africa region in a bid to promote development of the countries that have been affected by civil wars and terrorism. Speaking after meeting with Kenya's Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Monica Juma, British Foreign Secretary Rory Stewart, who is in the country in an official visit, stated that the peaceful environment Kenya and her neighbors thrive on can be improved to ensure that the economies are also improved for the betterment of the lives of the people.
The issues that are of most concern to the world, this is not just for Britain and Kenya, but we remain deeply concerned for security in South Sudan, and in particular would call on all the parties to finally resolve the issue around the peace accords. Secondly, of course, we're very pleased that agreement has been reached recently in Sudan itself, but that remains a very fragile situation. And finally, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, we remain very concerned about the spread of Ebola.
Now, we just returned this week from Niamey, where we launched the Continental Free Trade Area. And the promise of the prosperity that this agreement provides for us can be threatened significantly if we do not combat terrorism or violent extremism, because this could hinder the possibility of realizing the potential for trade, for investment, particularly on the African continent.
Controversial businesswoman Jacqueline Akinyi, alias Joyce Akinyi, has been arrested after being found in possession of narcotic drugs. She was found having 2 kilograms of heroin, and the multi-agency team has reported that a search is ongoing to unravel other concealed narcotics she may have in her possession. She is accused of running her drug trafficking business behind the cover of her bar and restaurant in Nairobi West. Akinyi was arrested in the wee hours of the morning by detectives who have been trailing her after numerous reports that she had continued with her drug business despite previous arrests and court cases. She was cohabiting with a Congolese man believed to be her boyfriend and allegedly leaving her children with domestic workers in her Jacaranda home, where she rarely goes. Senate Speaker Ken Lusaka has called on the National Assembly and the Senate to work together for the sake of facilitating development in the country. Lusaka says they are going to resolve the ongoing sibling rivalry between the two houses, since it is derailing efforts to support devolution as well as economic and social development in the country. The Senate Speaker has also supported calls to offer the upcoming August census jobs only to the jobless people in the country. Lusaka was speaking in Tongaren constituency, that's in Bungoma County.
Yes.
Clinton
Sisi ni ombi letu kama wabunge kuhakikisha kwamba pesa siteremuke hapa chini. Wale watu wachache tu wenye wako katika assembly should not make you get worried.
Letu la Senate na National Assembly tutajaribu sana tufanye kazi kwa pamoja, kwa sababu mwananchi anataka maendeleo, mwananchi hataki malumbano. Naunga mkono viongozi wale wamesema kazi hii ambayo inakuja census, kwanza wacha tushirikiane katika census na pia tuachie watu ambao hawana kazi, kwa sababu wewe kama uko na kazi, jameni, the biggest challenge that we have in this country now is unemployment. Tuko na watoto wengi wamemaliza universities, watoto wengi wamemaliza secondary school these other classes. Jameni, let us think about these people who are unemployed.
The 76-year-old Elizabeth Wangoi Kimunya was considered as the face of the 2007-2008 post-election violence has been laid to rest. That was yesterday. Wangoi died at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital on Saturday, July 6th, after suffering from tumors in her stomach and also depression. She was buried at Kiambaa village in Uasin Gishu County, a few meters from the Kiambaa KAG church, where over 28 people were burnt to death during the post-election skirmishes. Joseph Githuku, the chairman of the Kiambaa Church of Victims, who also lost his wife and a child in the church inferno, complained that despite the agony they underwent, most of them were yet to be compensated or to receive counseling. May her soul rest in peace. Now, Deputy President William Ruto has called on governors to avoid their planned court case in the disagreements on the division of revenue. He was speaking in Tharaka Nithi, where he said that a solution can be found through dialogue.
We will agree, I am certain, and I don't think it is necessary for us to take drastic steps like going to court and doing other things. I want to persuade county governments for us to sit down. We've already structured engagements between the counties, the national government, National Assembly, the Senate, because that is what the Constitution anticipated, that there will be discussions, there will be engagement in consultation and in cooperation between the various arms of government so that we can all move together.
Now, a body of a woman was found dumped in a thicket in Kabarnet town, that's in Baringo County. The woman is said to have gone missing about 2 weeks ago. The body was lying among shrubs between Treasury and Lelbatai buildings. According to eyewitnesses, stray dogs found her body, which had already begun decomposing. The cause of her death is still unknown, and residents now want police to investigate the matter, which has raised fear among them. Let's now cross over to Kirinyaga County, where the governor of that county, Anne Waiguru, is actually wedding this Saturday, and Melita Oletenges is there for us. Melita, what is the wedding looking like this afternoon?
Yes, Edmond, as you said, we are coming to you from Kiamugumo Primary School. This is in Kirinyaga County, where there is a Ngura Rio ceremony here for the governor, Anne Waiguru, and his husband to be a lawyer, Kamodo Waiganjo, rather. And if my cameraman can just pan, this is the mood of the ceremony right now, just guests enjoying entertainment from a band. And we've seen a number of guests here, we've seen a number of leaders here who have come to witness this ceremony, witness this union that is about to happen. But with me, Edmond, I have the Deputy Governor of Kirinyaga, Peter Ndamberi, who's going to break it down for us about this Ngura Rio ceremony. Many people out there don't really understand, and I understand that is the final rite of a Kikuyu wedding ceremony. But he's here with me. Thank you so much. Looking very, very nice. And just tell us, first of all, what are your expectations today? What do you feel about this wedding? And then tell us, what does the Ngura Rio, does Ngura Rio mean?
Well, today we are very, very happy because this is an auspicious occasion where our governor Ann Mumbi is getting married to Halava Kamodo Waiganjo, and the entire county of Kirinyaga seems to be represented here. Within these tents, I think we have a capacity of over 10,000, whereas outside there we have screens which will be able to cater for over another 15,000 outside the field. As you can see, the field is already full and the seating capacity is almost done, yet people are still thronging into this field. Gladio is a Kikuyu ceremony whereby the bride and the bridegroom come to portray their love and say that they have given all the ololashio. Ololashio is the dowry that is given, and this is the last stage of a traditional wedding in Kikuyu tradition. So we are quite impressed. We expect various visitors being led by His Excellency the President, whom we expect any moment from now. We are also expecting the Deputy President to join us. We expect other dignitaries. We have governors from various counties within this country. We have Deputy Governors already who have arrived from Homa Bay. We have the Deputy Governor Homa Bay, Deputy Governor Kisii. We also have the Deputy Governor from Taita Taveta. We have senators who have arrived. We have Losi Nyamunga from Kisumu, and many other guests that have come to witness this wonderful ceremony that is the last stage of our marriage in the Kikuyu tradition.
And I understand that today the governor's name is going to change from being called Ann Mumbi Waigoro to now being called Ann Mumbi Waiganjo. Is that the case?
Well, that is their choice. I cannot want to comment on that because traditionally that should be the way forward, but that one we leave it to them to hear. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Deputy Governor. Enjoy your day. You've heard it from the Deputy Governor regarding this particular ceremony, just breaking it down for us a bit. And what I also understand is after today, the Governor of Kirinyaga is now going to move to the husband's home according to traditional Kikuyu rites. So Edmond, is just pomp and color here. Of course, we are expecting the president to also grace this event among many other dignitaries, and we will also be keeping an eye on what is happening here, not just the ceremony itself, but also just to bring our viewers up to speed with the happenings of this particular event. It's a big event here in Kirinyaga. If only we could show you the outside. It is packed. You've heard the Deputy Governor saying that there are almost about 10,000 people in this particular dome. So it's an event that has brought people from all walks of life together just to come and witness this particular celebration of a union between the governor of Kirinyaga and Mumbi and of course the lawyer, a renowned lawyer, Kamodo Waiganjo. That is all from Kirinyaga. Edmond, over to you in studio as we continue to be a part of this celebration.
Thank you so much, Melita Oletenges, live from Kirinyaga, and congratulations to the bride and the groom. Moving on to a different story now. And the university's academic staff union has accused ex-University of Nairobi Vice-Chancellor Professor Peter Mbithi, who is on terminal leave, of trying to use the back door to acquire a second term. They say that they will remain vigilant to ensure the university is protected from any abrasive sort of leadership style. Professor Isaac Mechi has since been appointed as the Vice-Chancellor in acting capacity after Mbithi's 4-year term.
January 2015 up until the 5th of July 2019, when Professor Mbithi left. All the difficulties that we've experienced can actually be attributed to him. And him, together with a few of his henchmen, are now busy making desperate attempts to regain entry back to the institution through an orthodox route. He has, for instance, gone to court. And the best thing for him to do, like a decent person, would be to wait for the court process to go on to the logical end.
To education matters now, and students' poor performance in national examinations, especially in central Kenya, has been attributed to drug abuse and poor relations among teachers, parents and the students. Teachers and parents of Leshau Boys High School in Nyandarua County held a meeting to discuss the possible solutions to this concern. An educationist at the event cited that out of 98,480 students who sat for the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education in Central Region, 65,429 scored a D plane and below. Teachers and parents have been charged with the collective responsibility of ensuring that the students toe the line. Schools management have also been urged to create an enabling environment to foster a good relationship between teachers and the learners to enable them to communicate their concerns freely.
Drugs addicts na mambo mingi ndio imeharibu masomo Central Kenya. Of our children in Central Kenya, they got a D and below. I'm not talking about Nyandarua.
Waitikie kuwa na time, kutafuta masaa ya kukaa chini na watoto wao. Ndio wajue wakiwa shule wanafanya nini. Wakienda nyumbani kwa njia wanapitia wapi.
Nyumba Kumi elders in Kajiado are now on the forefront in championing girl child education in the area. Speaking during the Magadi Ward Education Day, stakeholders said learning levels in the vast remote area were low and concerning. Tata Magadi Foundation Chairman Stephen Moiko says the event is crucial in boosting education through assessment of challenges and putting measures to counter them in an effort to better education. The elders were sensitized on the importance of education as a means to empower the community. Now, there are more students taking up science courses in tertiary institutions in Kenya, but the overall uptake is still below the desired level. This is according to the Principal Secretary for Vocational and Technical Training, Kevit Desai. President Uhuru Kenyatta had previously expressed his desire to make Kenya a leader in science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Young Scientists of Kenya, alongside the Ministry of Education, the Embassy of Ireland and the Blaze by Safaricom are set to host the National Science and Technology Exhibition in Nairobi, which is an expanded high school outreach program responding to a challenge from the President. Cultural beliefs and the low uptake of contraceptives among the local communities in northeastern Kenya are the leading causes of maternal deaths and child mortality. Northeastern Region Population Boss Moses Ouma says that the trend has resulted to poor health of mothers and children, leading to early deaths. Ouma, who spoke in Garissa, says that addressing the challenges requires concerted effort from all stakeholders and partners. Annually, the county's population is increasing at an average rate of 5% and above, which continues to strain the available resources with the many competing interests.
Kwa DCC, Assistant County Commissioner wakataja. Acha nichukue fursa.
Siku hii kuu malengo yake makuu ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunaelimisha watu juu ya umuhimu wa mambo na watu. Ya pili, watu wanaweza kubadilishana mawazo, ni changamoto ambazo zinakumba kaunti hii, ni namna gani tunaweza kufanya ili tuweze kusuluhisha. Tatu ni pia kuweza kusherehekea yale mafanikio ambayo tumeweza fanya ama tumeweza kupata kama wananchi wa nchi hii, wananchi wa kaunti hii, na kila mmoja aweze kusherehekea mafanikio yake.
Let's now shift gears to the sports with Warao Kiru.
Yes, Edmond, it is time to play on NTV At One. A very good afternoon to you. And we start with athletics. And aside from Timothy Cheruiyot, who won in a non-Diamond League race, Kenyan athletes played the second fiddle in most of the races in an event where Sifan Hassan broke a record that had stood for 23 years.
DJ Bash. Saturday at 11 a.m. where everything dope happens.
Kenyan football. Crunch time for the Kenyan 7.
I'm interested in cars. The speed of those cars I think is easy and what you can but see you there. I realized I had a problem and I began to attempt suicide. How was that taken?
Used to cut my arms, but I just saw the scars later. It is basically just a coping mechanism.
Without dialysis, a patient who has kidney failure will die. So dialysis is life-saving. Never ask a couple why you don't have a child. You never know. You are a victim of a relationship with somebody who did not disclose their status.
When you talk about treating infertility, the insurance companies will knock you out.
They get used to the needles, they get used to the doctor. You know, I have children walking into my office and the first thing they do is come and hug me. We talked afadhali.
Surprise yangu, surprise ya nyumba. Mimi ndani atalia wiki moja. Sialilia siku moja majana wanakucheka eti fukara. People accomplish great things. Even go to university. I remember every single moment when I saw her suffering, and I just knew I'm losing my mom. And hearing the inspirational stories, if that child cannot talk, if he cannot hear, appreciate that gift. Gives us hope. Life will do so much to you, but just be adaptable. Journalists every Saturday on Unscripted from 2 p.m. only on NTV.
The 2019 season, and you know what? This is the only show where you get to bring you your favorite dancer, artists, as long as local and international is concerned. Plus, we have Jump Vibes, where we bring you what's happening in the reggae and dancehall scene. Your favorite artists all the way wherever they are. Na bonga vijana waweze kujua limit yao na life yao na hustle pia ni ndani yao, sio msikatiwa. Every Saturday right here 10 up until midnight on NTV Jump.
You represent the interest of the kingdom of God, the King of Kings, of the Lord of Lords. So you go and speak on my behalf. God wants to use us as instruments in His hand, so that the many who are in bondage and slavery can be set free. To worship in with Grace Speaky Rap and DJ Mo every Sunday from 10 a.m. on Crossover 101. The award-winning show with 30 minutes fun. Represent for Christ. This is Crossover. Hottest gospel music and testimonies. The message is clear.
Having found my foundation in Christ and then implementing that in football give me more stability.
They need help and they can change and they can get their life back on track.
God can change your life.
get the right tips.
Facilitate our life as business people and as Kenyans, and we value them very, very much. So this is a small way of even saying thank you and a show of appreciation to those who serve us in the public sector.
We already secured all our venues for the games. All our 12 member organizations are rearing to go. Teams are in practice right now all over the country.
The national volleyball team, the Malkia Strikers, will face Senegal in the semi-finals of the African Nations Championship at 7 p.m. tonight. Cameroon, who finished second in the pool, will face hosts Egypt in the other last four encounter, with a slot in Sunday's final at stake for the winners. The competition is being held in Cairo, Egypt. And on to Sekafa, and the Kenyan Premier League side Bandari are out of the Sekafa Kagame Cup following 3 draws in 3 matches that left them third in Group B behind Uganda's KCCA and Tanzania's Azam. Kenya's remaining side in Huye, Rwanda is Gor Mahia, who plays Zanzibar's KMKM in their final Group D match on Sunday, having already secured a place in the last 8 of the competition after 2 wins in a row. And we finish sports with this. After last weekend's successful hosting of the 67th Safari Rally as a World Rally Championship WRC candidate event, there is growing confidence that Kenya will make a return to the World Rally Championship. Extra attention to security with heavy involvement of the Kenya Police Air Wing, huge financing by the government, and President Uhuru Kenyatta's personal interest as a patron of the WRC Safari Rally project means that Kenya has high chances to pass the test to be in the WRC 2020. Grab your copy of tomorrow's Sunday Nation for a 12-page pullout on the Safari Rally. And still on the Safari Rally, we'll be having 2 lady navigators, one of them being Tuta Mionki on Top Sport, Kenya's premier sports show from 2 p.m. So make a date. But for now, back to Nyabola.
Thank you so much, Warodhi Kiru, for the sports. As I walk out of studio, I'll leave you with a bullseye. Things are not always what they seem, and this is being proven right day and night in the Kenyan society. Amid a consuming desire to stay ahead, unorthodox is no longer considered negative, and contradiction is the norm rather than the exception. While some found themselves in a maze of a maze, there were also amazing artistic displays on offer, as Emmanuel Juma now reports.
Cause I'm feeling dizzy. I wanna dance with you. I know you're not dancing to Dombolo in 1944. Tell them your coach. We're doing those old lingalas.
It is Shebesh and her bestie.
Let me show you.
She belongs to Embrace, and boy, she is embracing many, many things. On the stage, it is bongo, and that's when she's feeling pure as in white, but baada ya kazi, as they say.
This one goes out.
Lost the plot.
I know. It's supposed to be posh. Hey.
She never loses the plot, this girl. And here was another man you may have thought had lost it. The head and the plot as well. He is an Ingo man. Not this one, Francis. Not Patrick Chikuku.
You will not imagine that he has any business to do, because he has 1 or 2 pieces in the market, which you can assume like he's a madman, you know.
Wow. And by simply playing mad, it has been Christmas every day for Shikuku.
They were able to recover from him 275,150 shillings.
Look at him now. A neater looking Shikuku, but without the money. He fooled them all. Amazing.
We cannot politicize the issue of maize forever. We can't.
But there is also something amazing about maize. First, the tongue twister from one to Imur.
There's enough maize in the country to last us up to end of July.
That's good news.
We are now thinking about importing maize.
No to Imur, no.
And we are going to import about 12.5 million bags.
No, Amahalanganga Wekesa was listening.
We need about 2 million bags.
It is the maize. Kiunjuri, what's going on?
I want to ask you a simple question, now that you're also asking me questions. Are you buying the unga the same way you used to buy 2-3 months ago? The answer is no. So if you want to get answers and headlines, you still get them.
By the way, do you see Tuimur behind the CS? He doesn't look particularly confident, does he? It's just one of the battles Kiunjuri is fighting. It was the battle of Kiunjuri and Ngunjiri. These are the Kieleweke and Tangatanga times, and they are scary. It is a land of so many battles.
Na mimi nataka nikuambie wewe Mr. Kibicho na watu yako. Hiyo maneno mlipanga Lamada mlipanga na mnajua mlisema nini na tuko na clips. Tutapambana na nyinyi mpaka mjue Deputy President sio Deputy President wa Rachel.
But PS, did you hear what Sudi just said?
We are really credited with some intelligence. That we have some brains better than what we are hearing.
Tupatie PS na CS ambao tuko nao mlima ambao walipanga hiyo maneno.
Surely Bwana Kibicho, this one must have something she can count on.
I would be very reserved in responding to useless and baseless allegations.
And he needed freedom, even though some had argued it has been freedom all along, within and without. The judge let Itumbi go. In Kikuyu, they would have said, Judge Inairekia Itumbi, which could also mean the judge had laid an egg. And just as well, since the matter has left egg on the face of many.
Mwenye anapiga kelele ati ajaelewa, anajiita sijaeleweka na sijaelewa. Hawa ni watu karibu 5-6, sisi tunawaeleza.
And that too is politics.
Ni hawa raia. Ukikosa kusema 2022 leo na kesho kutwa unakwenda nyumbani. So utuzamee, hata ukipata rais mwambie atuzamee.
Wakupayuka wapayuke.
It's supposed to be pushed.
Emmanuel Juma, Bullseye, NTV.